Students, this is Mike here. We're starting our 801D course and we're starting with frames. So the first thing I'm going to demonstrate here is the use of the tracking bar. So it's a two-piece bar, also known as tram gauges. So our tracking bar here, it's a two-piece system. So the biggest thing you want to make sure of whenever we're using it is it just slides into one another. It doesn't lock. So when gets put together, it will slip apart easy. So you just want to make sure that both people are keeping that tight so you don't get any false measurements. So there's 3 pins and my assistant here is going to hold this pin. It's not locked, it's going to get fixed here. He's going to lock it and put his hand on either side and dead center of the center axle. Make sure the wheels are centered or straight as best you can. And then this is at that center of the axle. Even if it was turned a little bit, it's not going to throw it off a lot. So if you want to hold that solid there on both sides, pins locked. Now on this end, when we get to the rear, we got 2 pins. So I'm going to loosen the 2 top needles and the bottom, and I'm going to set this up. And we're going to hold it. I got to hold it dead center to get an accurate reading. And I'm going to go to both my rims. Okay, I'm going to lock the pin first here. Lock that front one. And then I'm going to slide it to right at that rim, right at center line. So am I, and then I'm still here. I'm going to lock that depth. Now I'm going to bring my other pin over. And I want to set it up the exact same. I want to push it in, same distance. Oh, hold it steady. Lock that. Lock the bottom. Okay, just double check. I'm touching both wheels here and it's at both the outside of the wheel diameter. So now Ryan, we're going to switch sides to check to see if the other side's the exact same. Okay, you go around, you can pause it now and then come ahead so I can go around. Okay, start taping again. So as we come over here now, he's holding, should be holding the exact same spot, dead center. I come here, both my pins without a whole lot of torque. The 2 pieces are together, and we're pretty much touching here. I mean, there's a little bit of variability here, but the idea would be is if we came over to this side, and I was checking this car out, it was say it was a rebuilt, or I was buying it and I suspected it was damaged. If I came here and all of a sudden I seen this pin, or this right there, changed for length, and all of a sudden both of these were over, then I would say, oh, this rear wheel's further back than the other one. It doesn't mean that this side has the damage, it just means there's a difference between the 2 sides. Same as if the pins, we might be the same length here. Okay, we might be at the same length, bring it back, but all of a sudden we might have a pin that all of a sudden it's hitting here, but it's not hitting here. So it's showing that this wheel or that wheel, again, we can't tell from the tram gauges or tracking bar where the damage is. We just know there is damage. Okay, and it can be caused by a few things that you'll see in the video, the screencastify, where we talk about the different damages that can be. So I could talk about this and say it could be a swayed axle, it could be setback, it could be a diamond frame, all those different terms that we're going to learn about. So in the end, if I was suspecting something, say I had something here, basically on a piece of paper, draw your setup. Okay, we've got the center here, 2 pins set, so this is the side that's done first, this will be the side that's done second. Doesn't mean that if you get something wrong on this side, okay, I'm just going to show something off here, okay, and then I would say, oh, a result from that. Okay, so I got to look further into this vehicle and find out maybe what happened here. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a rear damage neither. It could be, especially if it's wheelbase difference, where these wheels are closer together. It could be in the front that the damage was. Okay, so that's figuring out tram gauges, wheelbase. Okay. Also, we discussed ride height. Okay, you guys are going to do an activity with ride height and compare each side. I'm not going to demonstrate that. You guys will come up with your own. over here my little matrix. So we can't get under the vehicles right now on the hoist and stuff, but there would be lots of measurements we could do on the hoist with using factory holes, being able to do a section in the front, a section in the middle, and a section in the back. From the top, we really can't do that, but I do want to demonstrate what I mean. So in here, I got a factory hole right in there where the hood hinge is. I've got a factory hole here. It's on a fender. Fender's not part of the unibody. It's just a skin. That is a structural part of my car. Or strut bolt here would be structural. And then when we come up in front here, we got the rad support. For the most part, no damage was there. This is a good structured part to use too. So basically, we can't do any side-to-side measurements because we don't have manufacturer specs, but we can do a cross corner and compare squareness, same as you would in carpentry, and say, okay, it's square in the front, so there's no damage this way or that way or shrunk some. So that's where we get into just like a parallelogram. So if I hook my tape measure there, and I pick, I don't want to bend the tape though, so I may have to change the factory hole, and I will. I'll change the factory hole I'm going to use here. I'm going to use this factory hole right here at the strut tower. I'm going to hook same spot, I'm a little pointy on this, same spot right there, and I'm going to come across to this hole right here on the front. I've got 41 7/8 right in here. So I got 41 7/8. So if I go to the same two holes, okay, trying to find that other hole would be, oh, no, I don't have the same on the other side. So there's a caution there. So now I got to pick a different spot. So we're going to go with the two rad bolt holes right here and here. So I'll do that measurement again. This is where it takes a little bit of, okay, there we are. I'm right at the rad support hook. I'm at 47 3/4. So I'm going to same hole here, hook it, come over to here, there, okay, and I've got, oh, slipped on me guys, there, and you can see it's 47 3/4 right at the same idea, or a little longer actually, closer to 48. So about 1/4 inch there. So I've got, between the rad support and the two channels that run up, or the two strut towers, I got about 1/4 inch. That might be an indication that there was a little bit of damage. I don't suspect there was. It's not out a whole lot. I may do another, you could do another check and check maybe a more reliable, like the strut tower bolt over to another hole, and then use the strut tower bolt to another hole. And I would suggest whenever you guys are doing this as the activity, do pick two different sets and compare your results, and then just show that with pictures what your results are. Okay, have fun with the home assignment doing this. Thanks.